Hi, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it'll be another profitable day for you. Tuesday, October 10th, Major League Baseball playoffs is what we're looking at today in this episode. Good day yesterday. The Braves somehow came back. That Travis d'Arnaud home run was huge. I know that got him within one, but they really hadn't been hitting the ball worth a piss. Ozzy, after the Acuna scores on the air, after the Albie single for I think one of the first hits of the game, and then d'Arnaud hits that home run, or I think it was, Matt Olson, sorry about that. And then d'Arnaud hits that home run. That really, I think, gave the Braves a big confidence boost because they hadn't hit Wheeler the whole game. They weren't helping themselves out by swinging out a lot of pitches outside the zone, but understandable when the strike zone seemed to be twice the size it should be, as well as the ump was being extremely generous on that end. So they do hold on for a crazy 5-4 win, and then the D-backs, as we predicted, Bobby Miller struggled early. A rookie, that's a tough spot, man. A rookie going in his first, they're down 1-0 in a 5-game set. You're going against the Diamondbacks' best pitcher on that one there. And that was just a tough spot for Bobby Miller to be in. I think they'd have been much better off putting Lance Lynn there and saving Bobby Miller for Game 3. But they decided to go the other route. And Bobby Miller's been awesome pretty much all season long. But a tough spot for a rookie to be in. Got the bases loaded. Next thing you know, it's 3 runs. You're down 3. And you can just feel like the pressure just pressure like around the neck of the Dodgers when that happens. The Dodgers are an excellent front runner. Trust me, Fader followed them all season long. They normally get up early, and that's where it stays. They do not come back extremely well. So the key, what the Diamondbacks have done the last 2 games is get off to an early lead. And the Dodgers basically, the lineup's not like it's been in years past, where they're so deep that they can generate 8 runs without blinking an eye. They had to take a payroll trim this year. They've dealt with a ton of injuries. Their pitching staff's not nearly as good. I don't even think they wanted to bring Bobby Miller up this year or Emmett Sheehan. But Dustin May's out, Walker Buehler's out, Urias has his off-the-field issues. They didn't really have much of a choice. So, Dodgers had a great season, another 100-win season, but I think it's going to end here shortly when they go to Arizona. The D-backs take that series. And now the Braves-Philly series is should be crazy the rest of the way out. But we'll get into the 2 games today. Astros, Twins, and Rangers-Orioles. We'll start off with the Astros-Twins as they are the first game of the day. To be really honest, this game here, so we got like a 6-4 win for the Astros game 1, 6-2 win for the Twins game 2. Sonny Gray going versus Christian Javier. If you look at this pitching matchup, you'd be like, all right, the Twins should win this one. I don't know if Sonny Gray's going to go 5. They have seemed to yank the starter a little quick. They yanked Pablo, I think, a little fast the other night. I don't know. Do we really trust the Twins here? Or do we test a team that's made 7 straight AL, championship series? I know the pitching staff for Houston's not been fantastic, but they always seem to come up with a way to win games. Whether it's Yordan Alvarez hitting homers, Jose Altuve, who seems to be on base every damn time he's up. They make some crazy defensive play. Somebody gets a big knock. Jeremy Pena hits a double. Something always seems to happen. It never fails. And especially in games 1, 3, and then if there's a 7-game series, 1, 3, and 5, in those particular games, for some reason that Astros level goes to some no other team seems to come up with, until they get to the World Series, and then it's they seem to be equaled on that mark. But they tend to win these pivotal games 1 and 3 where they have the lead. So if they win a game 2, it's an extra bonus. If they win a game 4, it's going to close out the series. But going up 2-1 is extremely important for them, as they know that at least at worst get them to Game 5 back at home, right? So they seem to thrive in these particular matchups. Sonny Gray's been an excellent pitcher for pretty much the whole season. No question about it. He's had a couple outings earlier in the year versus the Astros. One was fantastic in April when he was on fire. I think the other one was in June, and it was okay. Like five innings, 3 runs. Nothing horrible. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily a quality start, but close to it in today's MLB. So during the regular season, but the Astros, whether they're cheating or playing fair, have this innate ability for these pivotal games, these odd number games. It's always the first game of the series, the third. Just go back and look at their record in games 1, 3, and 5s in series. It's through the roof. They just have that innate ability, and they have all this experience. The Twins don't. The Twins normally make the wild card round of the playoffs and get swept. This year, they swept. They beat the Blue Jays, who couldn't hit their way out of a phone booth in most days. They got a break there. They did score 6 runs in the last game, but that was all early off of Valdez, who's really struggled. So, they didn't hit anything against Verlander in Game 1. So I think we're getting back to the Twins are going back home. They'll be excited to have a home game, but I'm telling you right now, this Astros team on the road and at home in these odd number games like 1, 3, and 5 just tend to play their ass off. They're like, they're clean. They put the ball in play. They'll just do stuff, put pressure on the defense. They don't even have Sonny. The book has Sonny Gray, like the outs recorded is at less than 5 innings. So you have a feeling he's going to get pulled. Could be 4th inning or sooner. The Twins definitely want to win this one to go up 2-1, so they're probably going to have a little quicker hook. I think if the Astros get down, they're still not going to be in a huge hurry to start yanking starters and everything. So we will give you the bets we have for this game. Astros money line plus 1.5, as they are the dog today, minus 1.5 and minus 2.5 on the run lines. Astros over the 3.5 team total. Twins under the 4.5 team total. Astros plus 0.5 at run. First 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Sonny Gray to give up over 1.5 earned runs. Jose Altuve, Kyle Tucker, and Yordan Alvarez all over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez all over 1.5 total bases. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez for double. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez homer. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez 2+ hits. So we'll give you those one more time so you got them. Astros money line, and then on the run line, like plus 1.5, minus 1.5, and minus 2.5. Astros over 3.5 team total. Twins under the 4.5 team total. Astros plus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Sonny Gray to give up more than 1.5 earned runs. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez over 1.5 total bases. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez to double. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez homer. Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez 2+ hits. Second game, Orioles, Rangers. If you watch the first 2 games of this series, the Orioles just look young, right? So they look inexperienced. I think this team's going to be really good down the road, but the one thing they're going to have to get is pitching. And they're going to have to get starter help, bullpen help. But the lineup's fantastic, I think. But once you get to the postseason, it takes some quality putting some hits together, right? So it's not, it was a home, walk, homer. You got to put some hits together. There's normally a lot less walks, unless you get in some of these games. It's been a little crazy on the amount of walks, but the relievers have been causing a lot of it. But you've got to put string some hits together. This is where the Rangers kind of shine, and the Orioles have really sunk. So, most of this series has been about experience. When you're down 0-2, though, this is basically where the Rangers, I think, they go home and they're ready to close you out. Take some time off, get some rest before their next series, probably going against Houston, would be my bet on this one here. So Kramer pitching today versus Evaldi. If you guys have noticed, Kramer's been made a couple comments about his family back in Israel, which doesn't, might be on his mind. The books also have his outs total right around 10.5, which leads you to believe he's either going to get hit early or they're going to yank him in the third. So I know that, maybe looking at the book for everything, but they're right more than they're wrong, right? So when their out totals at 10.5, that should lead you to believe that's going to be a lot of bullpen. And I'll be really honest, I love the Rangers offense against that Baltimore bullpen. So, but the Rangers are a favorite today, though. About a $1.35 favorite, total of 9 on that one there. We love the Rangers today to close this one out, sweep this series. Rangers money line -1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. We like the Rangers over the 4.5 team total and the Orioles under the 4.5 team total. Rangers money line first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Evaldi over 14.5 outs recorded. Kramer over 1.5 earned runs. Corey Seager over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Semien and Garver over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Seager, Semien over 1.5 total bases. Garver over 0.5 a total base. Seager, Semien, Garver double. Seager, Semien, Garver home run. And Seager, Semien, Garver 2+ hits. We'll go through that one more time for you. Rangers money line, then -1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run lines. Rangers over the 4.5 team total. Orioles under the 4.5 team total. Rangers money line first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Evaldi over 14.5 outs. Kramer over 1.5 earned runs. Seager over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Semien and Garver over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Seager and Semien over 1.5 total bases. Garver over 0.5 a total base. Then Seager, Semien, Garver double. Seager, Semien, Garver homer. Seager, Semien, Garver 2+ hits. Just make sure you do check out in this episode in the comments section. You'll see a link to the Google Sheet. Make sure you do check that out. That'll have all of our plays, units wagered, what book at, and what juice we got those at. So make sure you do check those out. That'll give you a good hint. We have the whole season on there. So just an FYI, if you do look at the Google Sheets, Sheet 1 is football last year, Sheet 2 baseball this year, Sheet 3 football this year, and Sheet 4 is basketball this year. So if you get a chance, check those out when you get some time. And make sure you do subscribe and get notifications to the channel so when we drop our bets, you get those first. And you won't have to be searching around for them. You can just go right down your subscriptions tab. You'll see it lit up, and then hit the sports bets for free, and it'll pop you right into the channel. So make sure you get that done so that way you've got plenty of time to match up our bets and your bets. Should give you a ton of confidence heading to that betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.